Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy DJ Warriors from DJWarriors.com. If it ain't a Warriors beat it ain't banging, you heard me? Want to welcome you guys once again to my videos. Uh, Doing these videos, I believe this is number 32 in the series, Keys to Success. I do these videos for you. I do these videos for everybody out there so I can just bless you with what I'm learning and what I'm understanding and what I'm implementing so you can take this information, use it yourself, start getting the results, start receiving new ways of thinking and ideas and showing somebody else because that's what it is at the end of the day, my peoples. But to get into this video, uh, the basis or the premise, which I'm going to be speaking about, is basically that people are watching you. Whether you realize it or not, people are watching you. Now, people may be watching you to see you succeed, they may, people may be watching you because they're curious about you, they want to find out more about you, or, they're kind of like, oh, this dude's a little interesting, I'm gonna kind of peep him out, you know what I mean? And there's also going to be individuals who want to see your downfall, your haters, you understand what I'm saying? But you don't need to focus on that, keep focusing on the positives and the ones that, that you're being a positive light to in their world. And the reason why I want to talk about this is I want to share some quick stories and experiences that happened to me today, and it's going to tie all into the title of the video, which is people are watching you whether you realize it or not, and it's very important that you conduct yourself in a certain manner, and the way that you conduct yourself is in truth, always in light, always to inspire and encourage, always to be an expansion, so other people can see it and be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That brother's cool, you know what I mean? He's a very positive individual, and that, and that's cool, and that just helps that individual just start expanding himself. So it's kind of like a domino effect, a chain reaction. But this morning I went to go see my son play football. Shout out to my son, man, number 20, Junior Dolphins. Boy's got 5 touchdowns in 5 games, you know what I'm saying? Doing work. He's a running back, you know what I mean? So, of course, I'm always excited every Saturday. My family go out there, support them, support the team, go watch these kids go have fun and bang some heads. But, the moment we got there this morning, I mean, from my perspective, from my center of my universe, man, I'm just loving life. It's beautiful. It's about 85 degrees. I'm with my lady, I'm with my daughter, I'm with my son. We're about to, have a good time. And, just all this negativity is just going around me, you guys, just going around me, one of the coaches are getting into it, one of the parents, this lady's over here, just for some reason, there's just something in the air. You understand what I'm saying? And if anybody knows about kids sports, can get a little tense or hectic because, the parents just don't know how to behave themselves. They need to fall back. It's all about the kids at the end of the day, and they're there to have fun. And some parents get so emotionally tied to the situation that they don't know how to control themselves. I mean, they really start making themselves look like an ass. But, this is all going on around me, and, me myself just trying to try to be present in that moment and understand what's going on. Like I'm being a watcher, and I'm like, you know what? The coach of the team was getting into it with this dude, back in the day, I know dude. I probably would have walked over to him like, what's good? I got your back. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how we do it from the streets. But you know what? Now that I'm a different individual and I have a different mindset and a different way of doing things, I'm standing back with my girl and we're just observing everything. We're like, wow, and this and this, and people are asking questions, people are asking me, from the people who know me, they know what kind of individual I am now. So you know what? People are watching me. They're watching to see how I'm going to react. Whether whether I realize it or not, there's people always watching, I could have been that person who just jumped into the mix again and try to, I got you, you know what I'm saying? Or I chose to be the person where I just fall back. You know what I mean? I let that handle itself. I'm focusing still on the positive, on the day, on my family, on my son. That's where I'm focusing my energy, you know what I'm saying? Now that I have a new understanding. So, you know, it's going to tie in more to the title of the video because, I'm watching, not only am I watching what's going on, but people are watching the whole situation, and the only reason why, my brothers, the only reason, and my sisters, the only reason why is that I was able to act in that certain way, in that certain manner, is because now I have new understanding. You know what I'm saying? I've been exposed to new truths. You know what I mean? And I know that, you know, that type of reaction or those type of emotions that are being projected by those certain adults, that ain't me. That ain't me no more. You know what I mean? That's them. You know what I mean? They still choose to act in a certain way like that. So that's always gonna, that's always gonna continue to happen in their lives. Me, I choose differently now. You know what I'm saying? I choose differently for me and my family, and I'm setting the example because, like I said, people are watching. I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. I just got finished off of this reading right here. I don't know if you can see it. Uh, it's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. If you guys looking for something to read, cop this book. Now, basically, from what I got out of it, I just finished this book on Friday. I usually, I run through books, pretty at a good pace, but this one took me about a good month because there's just so much in it, you guys. And one thing that this book really, really spoke to me about is controlling your emotions and how to handle your emotions in certain situations, you know what I mean? Whether it be positive or negative, you know what I mean? And he goes in there and he teaches and he explains how you want to become a watcher of your situation. Like, say something arises in a conversation where, it might be getting a little loud, it might be getting a little real. In the past, I probably would have just snapped back. You know what I'm saying? I would have stood my ground. I'm a grown man, blase squaze, but you got to learn. It teaches you now how to control yourself. From the inside. Now that you realize who you are and who you are within, this book is really really displays how to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? While you're being present, while you're living in it now, it shows you how to maneuver through every situation, every conversation, anything that arises in your daily activities, you guys. And I got to give a lot of credit to that book because you know I actually used that today. Like I said, I could have went off, and jumped in that whole melee about what was going on with the parents. But I decided to choose that because this, I understand that I have a choice. You know what I'm saying? I could choose to be one way, but I'd rather choose, who I am because now I have new understanding. Um, I don't want to be too long, but I want to share one more thing about, how people are watching. So later on the day, I say about 2 hours ago, there's a new thing going on with these kids. I don't know what it is, John. For those who have kids, it's these things with rubber bands and they make them bracelets. I actually took my daughter to the store today to get herself some packs of rubber bands because she wanted to make rubber bands. And I'm like, whatever, do your thing while out. While I'm in here in the garage getting it in, I go inside real quick to get something to drink, and on the counter I see three pieces of paper, handwritten contracts by my daughter, my son, and their best friend. And I'm gonna post those pictures to you, man. You're gonna trip out. They basically wrote a contract with the date, with the name, exactly how many this person wanted, how much per bracelet, and the person signed it. So I'm just so thankful and grateful because it just goes back and ties in. People are watching. My kids are watching me. They're watching me. They may not understand what it is to be an entrepreneur, but they're seeing what I do as an entrepreneur. You know what? And they're doing it themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful for that because I'm setting them up. I'm setting a foundation for them. What I'm doing, I have to be careful what I do on a daily basis. You know, I have to lead by example. And what I'm doing, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, like in the business realm, you know what I'm saying? It's just rubbing off on them because they're watching. They're like, what? If it's working for dad, it can work for me. And it just freaking tripped me out that they did this, you guys. So, shout out to my kids on that and the best friend up the street. They making money, they hustling, they making rubber bands for $2 a pop. You know what I'm saying? They got the contract written out, and you know, I don't want to tie you up too much with this video, but I just want to inspire you with some stories because you know what? People are watching you guys. People are watching you for your uprise, and people are watching you for your downfall. You know what I'm saying? Just keep paying attention to the people who are up, who are trying to uplift you. You uplift them at the same time, and just be coherent of what you do, what you say, what your actions are, your mannerisms, and your situations. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Try to work it out, you know what I'm saying, the best that you can. I know this is a process, but you know what? Be the best person that you can be and always be positive, always be a light to the universe. So this is DJ Wars from DJWars.com, BeSelling I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys were inspired, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See you on the inside. Yo.